Wait, time out.
But
You
that's
guys
just an
got
example.
grandma centered, but you didn't get mom centered?
It's a horse apiece.
That's a horse apiece.
Hello, who do we got on the line?
Tony from Ohio. How you guys doing?
Tony from Ohio. What's cooking, my guy?
Not much. Just got off work.
Where you working?
S&T Engraving down here in Youngstown, Ohio.
What kind of engraving?
Like, we do laser engraving, but then we also do T-shirts, embroidery, the whole work.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
You do tombstones?
That's kind of what I was wondering.
We possibly could.
Yeah, you can put the grave in engraving. So what's on
That's
your
a good
mind? Yeah, thank you.
Just call them, do a little chit chat.
Yeah.
Maybe get some advice.
Sure.
All right, well, belly up to the bar. Tell us what's on your mind.
Well, more specifically, I live in Poland, Ohio. Well, if you know anything about Poland, it's
cold
it's safe,
there.
but
It's cold.
there's a lot of Karens, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So are you willing to throw this around? Are you willing to say that Poland, Ohio is the Karen capital of the world?
I don't know about that. There's different types of Karens, but I'd maybe go as far as say it.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe Ohio then. So why do you say that? What's going on? I feel like this is a setup. Something's going on with the Karens of Ohio.
I mean, it's like anywhere. Milwaukee, people are really nice,
Yeah.
the Midwest niceness.
Yeah.
But it's just people down in Poland, Ohio, they think they're right about everything. I guess it literally is. Customer's always right.
Oh, so you're dealing with this as a work issue. You're dealing with people unhappy with their engraving.
Well,
is that it?
Well, not necessarily that, but it's just everywhere in Poland. I just use the analogy.
Give us one scenario. Where this really beefed your chopsticks, huh?
Okay, let's see. Did work for a person brought in a Yeti to get engraved.
Oh,
and
oh no, we've already heard enough from that. You got an engraved Yeti. All right, so what'd they want?
They wanted "Mom" written on it, right above the. There's two Yeti sides. There's the already silver Yeti,
yeah,
and then there's like the Yeti where it's kind of pushed out a bit.
Yeah.
They wanted "Mom" dead center, above that, and we did it, but it was a millimeter off centered.
1 millimeter?
It was like I'm exaggerating a bit, but yeah, it was not that far off, if you know what I mean.
And what'd they say? Where you're her? What happened?
Well, she wasn't happy with it, and we owned up to the mistake. It was a millimeter off or so. So we're like, okay, we'll do the right thing. We'll replace it for you, and we'll get you a new one and do it upright. Well, then she was like, okay, you can replace it, but then I also want the original back.
What?
Yeah, so we're going to replace the one.
So this is the problem. When you get into business with Yeti owners, you're going to have to deal with a snobbery that's unparalleled across the entire universe.
Yeah, these are people who are perpetually unhappy because they're carrying around very heavy coolers all the time.
They're unhappy about that. They're unhappy about knowing that, Charlie, you and I are walking around with a cheap cooler for way cheaper, and they do the same thing.
Coleman.
They're mad about that.
I just don't think people have had the experience with a Ubeti cooler.
I know. All a Yeti is 2-inch insulation foam wrapped in plastic, and that is it. Mm-hmm. And you can build one on your own. You go to the Fleet Farm.
Get
some 2-inch insulation foam, and a little duct tape, and you got yourself a Yeti cooler. I just don't know where these Karens are getting off at, thinking that they can come into your place, say it's a millimeter off, and demand a new Yeti. Do they know how much? I mean, they do, but one Yeti could sink an entire business.
Yeah, I think you should also develop this, and I think you'd be a magillionaire in the engraving world. You guys should come up with some whiteout for the engraving, A little whiteout goes a long way.
A really good idea.
Yeah, they probably have no idea, Just something.
I mean, it kind of already exists, but I know what you're saying. Just, sandblast it and powder coat it a new color. But I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, or what you could do is just start gaslighting her and making her feel dumb for even pointing out that it's a millimeter off, right?
You could just
double down and go, okay, well, I don't even think you should own this cooler if you're going to be looking at details like this. What do you put in there? You just put in salads in this thing? You're not even putting beer in this cooler? Clearly you don't have any fun. I would have doubled down on gaslighting her a little bit.
Wait, is this a cooler or a mug?
It was a tumbler.
Tumbler. I was like,
I do know you're saying with the analogy with the cooler.
This whole time I thought it was a cooler.
Yeah.
I was like, a millimeter off on a giant cooler doesn't seem like that big of a deal.
Yeah. Tumbler, though, well, now honestly, if she's drinking the right stuff out the tumbler, it's going to look centered anyway. So there you have it.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, we replaced it, but she wanted the original back after we were going to give her the corrected one. But
well, did you want the original with an off-centered mom on it?
It was off-centered. I'll give you that, Charlie. I don't know if I'd want it if it was off-centered.
It's like a double-edged dagger.
Yeah. I honestly, this is a toss-up. Maybe. How much did she pay for the engraving?
Oh, it's 10 cents a letter, $10 setup.
10 cents a letter?
40 cents a letter, $10.
So $10.30.
That's it? You're just charging 10 cents a letter?
Well, the setup
it was
fee.
40 cents a letter.
Oh, 40 cents.
$10 setup.
We're not good at listening here at the Bellied Up
so
podcast.
So it was $11.20.
Just about, yeah. And then, but she brought two of them in, so.
Did you get the other one centered? Did the other? No, hold on. Did the other one happen to say "Dad"?
No, I think it was either they were two pink, so it might have been grandmom or something like that.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Wait, time out. You guys got grandma centered, but you didn't get mom centered? I feel like it's easier to get a 3-letter word centered.
It's a horse apiece.
It's a horse apiece.
Also, how do you know it's centered if I suppose there's the Yeti logos on it?
Yeah,
but I was going to say on a circular device, I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
It's a trained eye.
Oh, I know. Yeah. That's why I got a Polar Camel. Same thing, just without the name branding.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go, indeed.
That's a good way to do it.
Well, I think we didn't solve anything for you today, but is there any other issues you got? Any thoughts? Anything you want to buy, sell, and trade? Maybe a Yeti with mom written on it or something?
Well, it's off center, so you got to knock the price down a little bit.
Oh, maybe got one more question if you guys got a second or two.
Sure, we got a few seconds, actually. Plenty of seconds.
Okay. Well, my 21st birthday is next year, and it's on a Saturday, so you know how that is.
Yeah, you're going to have some fun.
Yeah. What do you recommend? First drink, beer, brandy, old fashioned.
I recommend a Busch Light.
That's what Myles recommends.
I kind of figured.
I will say this. I recommend an old fashioned for your first cocktail, and then you can switch to beer after that. But your first one, your first legal drink, you want a nice cocktail.
A tippy cow.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Sure. Or an old fashioned. Yeah.
Okay.
With the tippy cow, you add a little tippy.
Yeah,
you can add a little tippy cow into your old fashioned. In fact, if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know I didn't want to do Bud Light because you might as well give that to the trees because it's water.
Yeah, that's straight up water. You don't need to deal with that at all.
Only thing worse would be Miller Light.
Oh, wow. Look at you digging in on that
you just
beautiful
said that
Milwaukee
Bud Light was
beer.
water.
Yeah, Bud Light is water. Miller Light's different. Miller Light's made in Milwaukee. Okay? That's a difference right there.
All right. Well, have fun on your 21st.
Yeah, have fun and do it safe and have yourself some fun.
Mix in a water.
Yeah, mix in a water.
Mix in a Miller Light.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys very much.
No,
we may have not solved the problem, but we worked through some emotional stuff.
I don't know if we can solve that problem, honestly. I think it's one of those things that you need to have a coping mechanism, really, is what it's all about.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, we don't solve a lot of problems here on the Bellied Up podcast.